What's up, guys? I'm Garrett.
And I'm Keith.
And today we're reviewing How to Win at the Sport of Business by Mark Cuban. What do you think about this book, man? It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like this book. Nice, quick, easy read. For me, the first, two chapters it's kind of like a guidebook on how to drink really cheap, how to go through college in the early stages of your business while hitting on women and figuring out how to get really cheap champagne into bars and all that type of stuff.
And as it says, doing it all while being moderately ugly.
Well, doing it moderately, yeah. And then he talks about, so when I was making money, the first thing I bought, guess what it was? Brand new towels. Because my towels, you could stand up in the corner of the room and they would just stand there. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty comical first part of the book. And then the whole second half, he gets more into the business and starts actually giving you some good tips and pointers.
But
it was a good read.
In all fairness, he did say that I'm not ready to write a book. I haven't done it yet. I haven't been there yet. You know, he's like, you're supposed to write a book when you're at the end, and I'm not at the end. So he just said he compiled his blogs and his thoughts and all that, put it in there. But I'm glad he kind of set it up that way because you can kind of relate to coming out of nothing and coming out of the struggle and just show the struggle is real. I don't think that was his intention at first, but it definitely made me feel better about it. So, you know.
So what was probably your favorite part of this book?
Favorite part of this book is you only have to be right once in business. So
true.
Yeah, you only have to be right once. So he talks about basketball. He says if you shoot an extra 10 throws, get an extra 10 baskets, you're doing amazing. You're doing better than everybody else. Get an extra 10 hits out of 100 in baseball, and as you know, your batting average goes to, you're on every magazine, you are in the Hall of Fame, and you're pretty much done. Business, you just fail all the time. Who cares? You fail all the time. You only have to win once. Mm-hmm. You don't have to win all these battles. You don't have to win all these wars. You just have to be right once.
You just got to be right once, man. And going back to what you were saying, where if you have 10 more hits, that just puts you in the
next level.
You're on the front page of every single sports magazine forever.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, I think that just comes down to his big quote in the book is read the frickin' manual. So anything and everything he talks about, so he's like, hey, my customers come in, and guess what? They don't know shit about the products. And if I don't read the manual, I don't know shit about the product. So if I just read the manual, I'm a little bit further ahead and I have a slight edge over them, and I'm able to portray that information to them. And I think that really comes back to, like, for real estate, it's just that little bit extra that you do. So that little bit of sales training, that little bit of prospecting training, that little bit of script practice, that's your extra 10 hits to be able to get to the big leagues in your business.
When I talk, when I teach classes, I'm always saying, look, you talk to all these agents and you're asking for all this advice and all of that. They know the market. They don't know the market. You can be brand new with zero experience, never close the property. Walk into the same listing appointment with one of the veterans, they're going to know a lot. Don't get me wrong. They're going to have all the tips and tricks. However, if you sit there, scan your local MLS, figure out your days on market, average sale price in your market, maybe if your market's geographic, figure out the days on market, average sale price, the list price, offer price, days to offer, all that type of stuff. You are going to know more than a lot of veteran agents who overlook that stuff. Not only that, you're going to see the trends. You're going to see where business is going. You're going to be able to say, oh my God, we're in a seller's market right now. I don't know where you guys are. It might be the exact opposite. When we start seeing the numbers start to get close to 6 months of inventory, it's going to be okay. It's leveling off. Who's paying attention to that? I know I do. I look at all the information all the time. I'm teaching these young guys, look at your market.
And we could do a whole other video on preparedness for your listing interview, but MLS is your manual, right? Read the frickin' manual.
Yep.
Know your stuff. Have a little bit of an edge going into those presentations.
Yep.
And the other thing, which is crazy to me, because you and I know it, you guys watching it know this too, but all the info's out there, but nobody takes advantage of it. Everything that you need to know is in one of these, is in your phone. All the info's out there. The majority of people don't take advantage of it. So you guys tuning in right now, you guys are taking advantage of this. Keith and I, we're taking advantage of everything that's in these books because, what is it?
In the book he says, it's $3 for a magazine. It's $20 for a book. I sit there and I read it. All that information's out there to the public. Right. Nobody cares enough to get that advantage, to go get the information. So, $3 for a magazine, $20 for a book. You read it, you have the advantage now. If it gets you one customer, it was worth it.
What's my ROI? $20 and I get a commission check for $5,000. I mean, right? All this stuff's out there. You just gotta read the frickin' manual, dude. Read the frickin' manual. Honestly, like, biggest part for me, I thought was the coolest part because you never really think about business in this aspect, but business is a sport, and he really breaks it down as being the best competitive sport. Because guess what? There's no set periods. There's no halftime. This game is all the time. You don't know who the players are. There's not really any rules. There's a little bit of rules. It's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 12 months a year,
365 forever. And that's it. That's his driving.
It's never ending. And guess what? What's the other quote in here that he says? Relaxing's for the other guy.
Yeah, I love that.
Because guess what? This game doesn't stop, and guess what? It's not halftime for me. It's not even the end of the first quarter. This game is still going. So
it never
relaxing's for everyone else.
It never ends. Just keep hustling, keep going, go out and make something happen. So what are my talking points here? What do we got that we were talking about?
Well, the one thing in life that you can control is your effort. That's one of his quotes in the book.
Yep.
That is probably the only thing you can control in your life is your effort. And relaxing's for the other guy, man.
Yep. So here's one thing, we all know there's ups and downs in businesses, especially our business, the market, where we always want to be prepared, but the market hits you. He talks about in the book after his secretary stole $83,000 of his, thinking about revenge, thinking about threatening the attorney, and on and on and on and on, and everybody's just kind of laughing at him. There's nothing you can do. So after all that didn't work, he said, I need to get off my ass and make something happen. No one's going to cover my obligations for me, so I need to get my ass back to work. Think about all the ups and downs in real estate when you kind of feel that defeated feeling. Nobody doesn't care.
Nobody's going to do shit for you, man.
Nobody's going to do anything.
You got to get your ass up, go make another phone call, make something happen, go find some more business.
One thing, we talk about calling expireds all the time, we talk about calling for sale by owners, all that types of stuff. He says, always ask yourself how someone could put you out of business. So how could somebody be putting you out of business? And at one point, I'm not even going to find the quote, I know I wrote it down somewhere, but every day someone's starting a business whose sole purpose is to shut you down, put you out of business. So business is unexpected. Yeah, and a lot of his stuff comes from the tech, because he comes from the tech world and all that. And now, of course, he owns the Dallas Mavericks.
Right.
So it's all sport and it's all business, and we're relating this to real estate. And you're reading it and it just resonates.
And I mean, it's the change of times now too, right? We got these big tech companies that are coming in. What can you do so that they can't take your business, right? So expect the unexpected from them, and what are we going to do to make sure that we can hold on to what we're doing?
Yep.
And I love this one, man. No balls, no babies. Go get it.
Sometimes you need a plan. Sometimes you just need to go and do it.
Yep. No balls, no babies.
Go for it. What else do we got? So
I think that's all I got, man. It was a good book.
Oh, everyone's a genius in a bull market.
Yeah,
we're in a pretty good market here, right where we're a seller's market, and everybody's sitting there, oh, I sold this and I sold that. Be prepared. Oh, that's the quote. So you want to be prepared? Bobby Knight. I don't know if you know who Bobby Knight is. Google him, basketball coach. Everyone's got the will to win. It's only the ones that will prepare that will win.
Truth. Yeah. That's why I spent so long on my CMAs before.
Preparation, man. And what did we talk about earlier? We're talking about knowing your market and always reading the manual. Read the friggin' manual.
Read the friggin' manual, guys.
You're going to be prepared for when a shift happens. You're going to be prepared for
Damn right.
all that comes in. So, what do you think? What do you rate this book?
So, total for this book, I'm giving this a 4.2. I think it was a great book. Content was great. The timelessness factor of this book's great. Some good big bangs in here. Flow's just great. I mean, it's really short, really quick read. Quotability, I mean, there's a few good quotes in here. As far as, am I going to be quoting this book all the time? Maybe not. I might be telling everybody no balls, no babies. But so I'm giving this one a 4.2.
So I like watching Shark Tank all the time. So Mark Cuban, I'm a sports guy. So Mavericks, on and on and on. I love the flow of this book. I think that's what did it for me. There's a lot of quotes in there. I like the quotes. But the flow of it, quick, easy read, and it kind of keeps you entertained. And I was kind of laughing my ass off.
Right. It is a funny book.
I gave it a 4.4. So you're a 4.2, 4.4. So we're
giving it a 4.3.
4.3. All right. So there it is. What are we reading next?
So make sure you guys join us next time. We're reading Mr. Schmooze by Richard Abraham.
So we'll see you then, but don't forget, the conversation doesn't stop here. It's just beginning. We want you to fill up the comments section. We want to hear all of your favorite quotes. Maybe you're going to agree, disagree with some of us. We're going to talk about it, and on to the next one, right?
Yep.
So as always, keep doing next level shit.
Keep doing next level shit!